And we're back, part 5 of our Lightroom series. We have already talked about our favorite tools. We've gotten super organized. We've become super efficient. So today we're going to talk about workflow. All those things are great, but you know the saying, speed is nothing without control. That's what workflow is all about. Bringing control to the power and speed at which you work. So today we're going to be talking about our workflow from culling all the way to backing up our photos for long-term storage. There may be a few parts that are kind of like, I don't need to hear about that. I don't care about that. But guys, this is all part of the process. There are some parts that aren't so glamorous and shiny, but they're no less important for us and for our clients. And that's why we're going to be diving into it today. So hope you stick around, learn something awesome. If you do, please let us know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to our channel so you see all the next videos as they come out. And yeah, let's do it. I'm Ryland with Rainsford Photography, where we're all about growing confidence for you, the wedding photographer. Let's jump right into our workflow. And really, since we've already kind of talked a lot about photo mechanic and Lightroom in previous videos, I'm going to focus on some of the peripheral things in our workflow, not so much the interactions between these various softwares. But today we're going to focus on kind of the before and after of the editing in Lightroom process. So the first thing that we wanted to do in our workflow, just like we talked about in our third module on getting organized, is we want to plug in our SD cards and we want to copy them from the SD cards directly to our hard drive. Once we've imported our photos to our machine, actually the first thing that we do is we create a temporary backup of those photos. So we just have an external hard drive that we plug in, that we have a folder called Works in Progress. And those are just photos that we take all the photos that we've taken for our clients and we dump them onto this external hard drive temporarily while their project is in process. So while we're editing their wedding gallery. Very rarely, but occasionally have-had files on our hard drive get corrupted. And so to have a backup copy on this temporary hard drive has been super valuable. We highly recommend it. It's easy to do. It also gives you a lot of confidence about being able to reformat your SD cards after every event, which is also a really great practice for just kind of keeping yourselves organized and keeping your cards fresh and clean and ready to go. Then we import those photos into Photo Mechanic and cull them. So we already talked about kind of what Photo Mechanic looks like in our previous efficiency module. So remember to open your files in Photo Mechanic, you want to go to File and open Contact Sheet. You can just hit Control O. And that'll open, then you want to navigate to your files on your hard drive and just open that folder that way. So we've got our contact sheet, we've rated all of our photos in Photo Mechanic, and then we're ready to open them in Lightroom. And so the first thing that we do, if y'all will remember, create a new catalog for every wedding couple. So we've got our new catalog, and then you just go to the import dialog, just like in Photo Mechanic. You just navigate to your file location on your hard drive in the import dialog in Lightroom, select the folder that you want to import from, click import, and it'll pull everything in. And it'll pull in your rating system from Photo Mechanic, which is huge. So we've already talked about then how we edit efficiently and quickly in Lightroom. So we're going to skip to kind of then what do we do next? What do we do after that? What do we do to clean up our files afterwards, and what do we do for long-term storage? So the first thing that we do is once we have all of our files edited the way we like them, what we want to do is in our library view, you can just hit Control All, select all, and then you want to export your photos. We export as JPEGs, but we put them in an outgoing projects folder. So this outgoing projects folder is where we put all of our JPEGs that we're delivering to our clients, so that then we know after we've delivered those photos to our clients, we can come back into this outgoing projects folder and delete their folder so that we don't clog up space on our hard drive. And we would rather store the RAWs just in case we want to use those on our website and want to tweak them a little bit differently to fit better with our website or other things like that. rather than storing the JPEGs, which are going to be less flexible in editing later down the road if you want to do something differently with them. For our export settings, we have found that limiting the file size to 5000K, basically that's just 5 megabytes, is sufficient resolution for just about anything that our clients are going to want to do. That is just a manageable size for then delivering their gallery. Think about if you're going to deliver 1,200 photos, that's 6 gigabytes. And we use these little USBs to deliver our photos so that everybody has a physical copy, which is just important for us, since photos aren't just meant to live in digital space somewhere in the ether. So once you've exported your photos, we use an online photo gallery called Paths to deliver digital copies of our photos. Thankfully, Paths will also give you long-term storage of those photos as JPEGs. I think they keep them for 10 years, which is pretty incredible. What that gives us, though, is it gives us one duplicate backup of all of our clients' photos. Not in our home, somewhere for our clients, which is great. But remember, we like to keep the raw photos as well in case we want to use them and tweak them in the future for our own purposes. So what do we do with our raw files to store them? When I was in high school, I worked a construction job and we did a lot of roofing, and one of the first things that someone told me was make sure you keep 3 points of contact when you're working on a roof, and butt cheeks count as 2. So butt cheeks and one hand or butt cheeks and one foot, it counts. It's fine. But we kind of apply the same type of logic to our photo editing, photo storage long term. We like to keep 3 points of contact. And so we have a couple different systems. We have those JPEGs that are backed up in the cloud through our photo delivery software. But then we also have more of like an archive hard drive on our desktop. And really all it's meant for is just long-term secure storage of our photos once they're done. And then the second and third points of contact are actually what's called a network attached storage. It is 2 hard drives set up in parallel, so they duplicate to each other. It's connected to our desktop over our Wi-Fi and to our laptop, therefore. Those are the 3 points of contact that we've maintained for all of our photos for long-term storage. However, you can't just take all your 5,000-6,000 photos from a wedding and just say, I'm just going to dump all these in long-term storage, because you will be shocked at how quickly you fill up terabytes of space on hard drives. And so one of the key things to do is you have to delete your unwanted photos. So the way to do that is in Lightroom, and all you have to do is you have your filter here for rating, or for filtering your photos by rating. So what you can do is you can change that to less than or equal to no stars. So basically what that does is it filters out the photos that are unrated. And then you can just hit Control A to select all of them, right click, remove photos, and delete from disk. So if you just remove them, all it will do is it will remove these from the Lightroom catalog, but it won't actually delete them from your hard drive. And so you won't be freeing up any of that space that you need. We find that we deliver somewhere between 20 and 25% of all the photos that we take. So that means that 75 to 80% of the photos that we take are pointless. So you have to do this to free up space on your hard drives, otherwise you'll just go insane. It's as simple as that. Another key thing there is not just to save the files, but also save the catalogs in your long-term storage, because the catalog is where all your edits are stored. So really, just kind of in sum, let's come in for landing here. We import our files from our SD cards directly to our hard drive. Then we use Photo Mechanic to cull all of our files and rate them according to our different categories. Then once we've rated them, we import them into Lightroom for editing. Then when we're done in Lightroom, we export our files to JPEGs, upload those to our online photo delivery software. We use Pass. Then we delete our unwanted photos. We back up the ones that we wanted to keep, and then you're done. You've got all your photos managed. You've taken care of them. You can have peace of mind about them. You don't need to worry about them anymore. You deliver them to your client. They're happy. You're happy. Life is wonderful. So I hope that this has been useful for you. Definitely a little more nuts and bolts than we sometimes like, but man, This can cause a lot of stress if you don't have a system figured out. It certainly did for us, so I hope this has given you confidence for the way that you manage your photos so that you can give yourself peace of mind and deliver excellent and exceptional service to your clients. Please stay tuned for our next video where we're going to be talking about skin tones. Man, skin tones are super challenging at times, but I'm super excited about that video because there's some really cool things that you can do, and I know that you'll come out learning something great. Subscribe to our channel so you see when that drops, and leave us a comment if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye, friends. I'm out.